guys, it's me, Tess. Happy May the 4th be with you if that's something that you do. My way of saying today is May the 4th. We are 4 days into Mania. I know I mentioned last week that I would do little vlogs every day. I did record them. They were just super awkward because they were, things falling. 2-second long clips, and it was weird. So I'm just going to run through my Mania with you as part of the video. There was no rhyme or reason to how I picked the whip for the day. I've got my 31 in a bag. They're actually in 2 bags. One bag's completely ready to go, the other I need to work on, but that's okay. Day 1 I did the Biscornu. I used the thread by Jay's Cross Stitching. Beautiful, beautiful to work with. I don't know if you can tell, I've used the inside bit, only 1 strand instead of 2. The chart does call for 2, maybe 3 colours. I want to use just the 1 variegation, so I tried to figure out a way to make it a little different. I can see it, so I guess that's all that matters, and it was super fun, and I'm excited to get back to it because, yeah, it stitched up really quickly. Again, if you didn't see last week, I'm working on my Mania whips for half an hour each day, and then still focusing on Haystack. Day 2 was Zippity Doodah. I'm not actually using the official called for colours. This isn't the official called for fabric. Purple linen of some sort, and I have probably about half of the Z for the second Zippity, and again it stitched up kind of quickly. Once I got the groove it was okay, but stitching on linen it's not something I do normally, so it took a bit of getting used to. I do only have the one Q-snap that I used for Haystack, or everything, but I didn't take it on and off Haystack, so all of mine, everything but the Hades will be stitched in hand probably, because the Hades I'm doing on the weekend at home, so I don't have to try and pull floss. Yes, day 2. Day 3, I'm not entirely sure I like what I've picked for this. It's Cross Stitcher in Residence by Lizzie Kate. Wonderful glare there. I picked, don't know the name of this colour, but Cottage Garden Threads, my attempt at how to store them, colour 909. Absolutely love it. I just don't know if it shows up well enough. So I've done Stitcher, and it's got quite a significant jump here. I thought the variegation was more that I actually loop started it instead of stitching the length of it as you're supposed to do for variegation, because I wanted something a bit off center, but it ended up lining up with how they dye their threads, so I don't know, not sure if it's staying the way it is or whether I'm going to change it. And today, Mania Day 4, as I said, it's a Saturday, so I pulled out my first of the 5 Hades. This is Birth of a Star. It is a lot bigger than I expected, and I did just 1 block. I'm going to try different sewing or cross-stitching methods for my Hades. Obviously Haystack is extreme cross-country. I've got a couple that I'm doing diagonal, and I think I'm going to do checkerboard with this one. Most of the chart is 939, so it's a relatively easy one to do, and I just think it looks cool when I see it in photos, so I'm going to give it a go. But 100 stitches, yeah, it's pretty good. Like half an hour I average getting 100 stitches, I think, most days. I post how many stitches I do on Instagram if you're at all interested in the specifics, but it's approximately 100, which I don't think's bad for half an hour of work. Okay, so that's my 4 Mania starts so far. I will show you a little bit of kindness I got from the lovely Debbie. We had a cross-stitching gathering today. She made me this amazing protecting thing. You may remember she made me the grime guard because I've always got haystack, and then it's sort of, obviously when there's something on it, it wraps around and the buttons do up, so it's protected while in there, all of it, not just the stuff in the grime guard. So absolutely love it. Thank you again, Debbie. And she's also, I don't think I mentioned last video, I did get the fabric for Stargazer. I'm pretty sure I showed that. When I tried to lay her on it, she doesn't fit. She fits in the piece of fabric, she doesn't fit with the design of the fabric. So Debbie is giving me this piece, and I'm hoping that I can fit her probably down the bottom closest to my head and looking up at the splotch. But I've got to play around with layout and numbers, and this is Crystal Phantom by Picture This Plus 28 count linen. So I'm hoping, worst case scenario, I'll do a 1/1 just so she'll fit, and then I'll use metallics instead of beads if I have to. But hopefully I can get her on that, because not that I'm going to be starting it anytime soon, because I have finished another colour, guys. I am so excited. Finally got to fill in some of the block. The next colour, even though I'm halfway through the chart, it's slow going. It's another brown, and working in this part of the piece is a nightmare. It is so slow going. The holes all look the same. I know they are because of the holes, but it's taking a lot of counting and looking back and forth to make sure I'm stitching in the correct spot. So I will be very glad when this section is filled in. So far the rest of it's pretty amazing because it's easy to work in blank space, but yeah, that bottom third it's a bit of a nightmare. But I press on because I'm still so in love with it. Today is day 124 and I'm 48% through. So I'm not as far ahead as I used to be, but I'm still on track to finish it by October 31. I'm hoping to get quite a bit of stitching done in the coming weeks. If you saw my Instagram, you know I've had a couple of massive days. That's because Elise is doing even more dancing, so I'm getting an extra hour or 2 over the week. But yeah, still plugging on, and I'm going to let you go now, and I will see you next week, probably on the Sunday, because we're going to Mittagong on Saturday. But it'll be a quick one because I'm pretty sure it's Mother's Day. But anyway, I will see you next week with Haystack and some more Mania, and hopefully I will still have my sensibilities about me. Enjoy your week, have fun if you're doing Mania, and I'd love to see your videos and whatnot if you're doing so, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.